Hey guys, what is going on? It is Chris here. Hopefully, you guys all had a pretty good four-game slate yesterday. It was a really interesting slate. We didn't play, but yeah, very interesting. Some of the guys that were supposed to go off didn't go off, and some of the guys that weren't supposed to go off went off. So it was kind of a weird slate yesterday. Some of the main guys didn't really do anything. Lowry sucked, Kawhi Leonard sucked. Pick those guys, you probably didn't do anything. Ennis Cantor didn't do anything. So yeah, if you picked those guys, you probably didn't win. If you did, you probably didn't win too much. So just one of those weird days anyway. We got a massive 13 game. I think it's 13, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 13 game slate. Just because, as we know, Thanksgiving is tomorrow. And, I do want to, hopefully you guys have a really good Thanksgiving tomorrow as well. Like I said, probably no video tomorrow for Thanksgiving. So hopefully you guys have a pretty good one. And if you guys are doing Black Friday, obviously be safe out there because we know how crazy it gets. So anyway, yeah, big slate today. Nothing on a Thursday, and then another massive slate for Friday. I think it's 13 or 14. So yeah, we got two really big slates to look at in the next couple days. So anyway, what I'm going to do for this video, since if I went through every single game, it would take 45 minutes, and it would, some of you guys would probably lose interest in it just because it's so long to go through every game. I highlighted quite a bit of players, about 20 of them that I'm really looking at, and tell you why I like each one of them, and look at some of the totals here too. So right off the bat, the best total, obviously New Orleans and Philly at 236, and Philly by 4. Toronto and Atlanta, we'll talk about this one here a little bit later. Phoenix, Chicago, I think could be a little higher. Don't mind 1 or 2 from that one. LeBron going back to Cleveland, it could be a blowout, so I don't know how much exposure I really want to him. Milwaukee, Portland should be a good one there. Golden State, OKC, don't mind that total. It could be a little higher. It has dropped, I think, 1 point since I looked last, but I still don't mind it. Maybe 1 or 2 from Denver game. Brooklyn, maybe 1 or 2. Dallas has some injuries we'll talk about as well. And maybe 1 or 2 from Sacramento. So overall, not the highest totals out there, but still some pretty good individual matchups out there that we're going to look at. So, yeah, let's get into it here. I have a point. If you guys were with us last year, this is kind of what I did. Anyway, we're going to do high tier, medium, and then punt plays. Some positions don't have any punt plays or anything. So, but anyway, this is early in the morning. Anything can happen. Yesterday, I was talking up Tyler Johnson, and then he didn't play. So, yeah, like I said, anything can happen. And I do expect a lot of news to happen today. But this is what I got early on in the morning. So, anyway, I do like Russell Westbrook here. I know, they don't have Curry or Draymond, but, I think this should be a good one here. Westbrook always plays pretty good there against OKC, as we know. Kevin Durant, Westbrook, that's always a good little matchup there. Plus, Westbrook came back yesterday, scored 60 points. I think he's good to go. So 11,000, it's a little low for him. I think he can get you, his 55-60 once again against Golden State, and I don't think anyone can really stop him. Iggy, I don't think he can. Quinn Cook. So, yeah, they don't really have anyone that can stop Westbrook. Next has Ben Simmons. I do like Westbrook more, but Simmons is still in a pretty good spot here. I know once in a while, his his usage is up and down right now just because they're trying to get Butler in there. But as we know, it was a 236 total. So I really don't mind, putting Simmons, Butler, and Joel Embiid. Yes, I know Butler, he's been up and down. He might hurt you, but it's a 236 total. It's hard to ignore that. So Simmons, hopefully he can get his triple-double in this one. I do like him quite a bit. If you want to go a little bit lower ownership, I don't think too many people are going to have Damian Lillard. He was just on my top-tier guy, probably my third pick. Probably not going to have him, but, I mentioned him 56 and 50 in his last 2. Pretty hot. The only bad thing against Milwaukee, he only had 25, but Brogdon will probably be on him a little bit, so that does hurt Lillard. But, he scored quite a bit of points these last 2 games. So, low ownership and a 226 total. I think you can look at Lillard. Probably don't rely on him a whole bunch just because the individual matchup's not the greatest. But Portland and Milwaukee, two really good teams, so there are going to be some points scored in this one. All right, mid tier. I'm looking at Bledsoe just because he's been half decent as well, and you're kind of getting exposure to, to that Milwaukee game. There's a couple I didn't really mention. There's Lonzo Ball. I may have him. We'll have to see how it goes. There's just not too many mid-range guys to really look at here. Quinn Cook, yeah, Reggie, Darren Collins. You can look at Darren Collison, I guess, but nobody that really stuck out to me. So that's why I went that way. And then I put Devin Harris as a punt play, and the only reason is because if Dallas is out. So Smith and J.J. Barea are out. Wesley Matthews, I think, is out as well. If all three of those guys are out, they're really, really thin. Burleson may get the start here, but Devin Harris – he's the veteran on the team. I do expect him to play quite a bit of minutes. He's not playing too many minutes right now, but like I said, only if those three guys are out, he might jump up to 25 minutes, and he might get you 23, 24 fantasy points at very bare minimum. So that's just a pure punt play if you need to fill the position, only if those guys are out. If at least, even if one of them plays, throw that out of the window. So that's only if those guys are all out. All right, moving on. Shooting guard. Shooting guard is pretty stacked tomorrow. For today. Drew Holiday in that high, in that exposure there. Jimmy Butler, and then Zach LaVine. So the only thing with Butler is he's going to have Drew Holiday on him, so that hurts him a little bit. So probably my least favorite high tier shooting guard, but you still got to mention him with that high total. But it makes me like Joel Embiid and Simmons a little bit more with Holiday on Butler, but I don't mind some Drew Holiday. Then really don't mind Zach LaVine. He's a game time decision, but I'm pretty sure he's going to play. He had a illness or something, so he should be good. Medium to high tier, we got Booker, Mitchell, and Middleton. I really like all those guys. Booker going up against Chicago. Donovan Mitchell, a GPP play here. I think this could be an interesting Mitchell game. He has been up and down, but facing Sacramento, one of the late games, this dude's probably going to be 1 or 2% owned. I can see 40-45 in this one. But he's one of those hot and cold shooters this year, but very low ownership on him. And then Middleton, I think he'll be good for 35 to 40. He had 39 last time he faced Portland. Medium tier, I don't mind Clarkson here just because, he was facing the Lakers. He might get you 25 or 30, but that's really it. There's not really too many cheap shooting guards. So kind of, go medium tier or spend up here. But these medium tier guys should be, fine for you. All right, small forward. Obviously I just labeled the chalk. LeBron, Giannis, and Kevin Durant. I'd probably go Giannis, LeBron, and then KD as my top three here. Like I said, Giannis, I do like him just because he's, in a very competitive game there in a 226 total. I don't mind LeBron. Yes, I know he's going back to Cleveland and all that, but if you go look at it here, it is a 221 in LA by 9, so it's really not a good game. To be honest with you, I don't know how LeBron's if he's going to go out and go crazy. I really don't think he will. I think he's just going to play his normal LeBron, but we'll have to see. I mean, he went off against Miami, so. Expect his ownership to be relatively high just because of, him going back to Cleveland. And then KD is probably my least favorite expensive guy just because of, him being up and down right now. But he is facing, Kevin Durant in Golden State. So you do have to mention him. But probably my least favorite out of those three top guys. So anyway, another top tier guy was Kawhi Leonard. And I was right about him last time when he did sit. We'll have to see what they do on a back-to-back with this one. Once again, they're facing a team that they should be able to beat without Kawhi Leonard. So I wouldn't be surprised if Leonard sit. Also, watch out for Kyle Lowry. He was game-time decision yesterday. Within, 20 minutes of lock, they announced him. So they may rest one or both of them tomorrow. For today. So definitely keep that in mind. If they rest – look at Fred VanVleet, DeLon Wright, Danny Green, and then don't mind a couple Atlanta guys if those guys are out. So keep an eye on this one. Like I said, watch Siakam, Ibaka, all those guys. They definitely get affected if one or both of them are out. So definitely keep that in mind for sure. All right, moving on here to medium tier. Warren for sure is one of my favorite options. I don't mind Covington for anywhere from 32 to 35 at very low ownership. I don't mind Harrison Barnes only if, like I said, Smith Barea is out. If they play, probably it's going to lower how much I like him. You can look at Evans just because, if Oladipo is out again, if Oladipo plays, I'm not going to put Evans in there. So Warren, Covington, and then probably, maybe go spin up on a high tier guy. Like I said, some value should open up throughout the day, but this is what I got so far. Power forward, high tier, obviously AD should get you 65, 70 in this one. Medium to high tier, Sabonis. This dude has been a beast, and I think he should have, once again, pretty low ownership. And, facing Charlotte, I could see this being a pretty competitive game here. So Sabonis, I think he'll be doing pretty good. And, I mean, if you go look at him, he's been pretty solid, 42 and 45 points. This dude's only $7,100, and he's putting up $8,500 number. So, I do like him. 7,100. Definitely look at him at very low ownership as well. I think he's one of the steals of for today. And then medium tier, Marvin Bagley, just because it looks like his minutes are picking up. 40 points, I think, last time out. Facing Utah, so I think he can get you his 30 to 35 in this one if he gets his minutes. And then John Collins, not going to play the biggest minutes out there, but I still think his minutes are going to increase to around 22 to 24 minutes, I think. I think they're going to increase by about 2 or 3 minutes. And he was pretty solid in his 20 minutes last game. As you see, he had 30.6. So, like I said, if Kawhi and Lowry are out, this makes me like him just a little more. So this is just a GPP play, 30 points in 20 minutes, We'll have to see. Not the best matchup for him, but still got to consider it. All right, centers, high tier, Joel Embiid, and obviously Andre Drummond. Embiid, probably one of my favorite options of the slate. Should get you 70, 65, 70 in this one. Drummond, I don't mind him here against Houston. Can get you around 49, 50 in this one. Medium high tier, I mean, it's stacked here. Capella, Nurkic, Randall, Adams, and Allen. I told you guys to pick Allen last night. Hopefully you guys did. Capella had a monster game in his last time out. I could see 40, 45 in this one. Nurkic, a solid 39 to 40. Adams is normal, 38 to 40. And then Allen, 35 to 40. So if you can't get one of those high expensive centers, you can look at medium tier guys. For sure. And then, like I said, don't mind Bagley and Sabonis and Davis. All those guys are in good spots. Power forward, Warren, Covington for sure. And then probably Giannis. My preferred options there. Shooting guard, like I said, I really like all three of those medium high tier guys. Booker, Mitchell, and Middleton. I think they're all in really good spots. And then point guard, obviously Westbrook for sure. And then hopefully there's some more options that open up. Like I said, you can also consider Lonzo. He's been terrible, man, these last couple games. But hopefully something goes right for him. Because if he gets, at least 10 points, then he gets that with his normal, 6.7 rebounds, he's going to get you 30 points. So hopefully he can get a couple of shots, man, because he is a pretty good, fantasy player when he gets a couple of his shots. But just right now, his shots are just not falling. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. Like I said, it was a big slate, so I decided just to pick some players out for you instead of go into every single game because that would just take so long. So, like I said, this is everyone that I'm liking in the early mornings here for Wednesday. A lot of news obviously is going to break. There's 13 games, so keep an eye on Lowry, keep an eye on Kawhi Leonard, and whatever else breaks. So that is mostly it, guys. We'd love to have you guys in on premium. Lineup should be a monster day today, and we're definitely looking forward to it. So $50 a month, $350 for the season, including playoffs. To get in on it, check out our website in the comment section. Also hit us up on Twitter. That will be in the comment section if you have any questions as well. So that is it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy today and enjoy your Thanksgiving and watch some football. We'll see you guys all here on Friday.